They said I was born under Aje's eye, when the moon turned red and the wind refused to blow. That night, my mother screamed for 3 hours. And when I finally came out, the lantern went out on its own. When they relit it, they saw that I cast 2 shadows. One behind me, one beside me. In Irawo-Oke, my village, they said I had Ojiji-Meji. Some believed it was a gift from Oramion, the bloodthirsty war god of return. Others said it was a curse from Oshuninola, the whispering forest god who steals twin souls for sport. But my mother, she said it was destiny.
You're not like other children, Abeni.
She would whisper while combing bitter oil into my hair.
You carry 2 lives inside you, one from this world and one from the realm beneath the roots.
I was 5 when I first saw my second shadow move on its own. I was outside, drawing spirals in the dust. I leaned forward. My real shadow followed. The other stood still. Then it took a step forward. I froze. It didn't. I ran inside, screaming. My mother slapped my lips and rubbed charcoal across my forehead.
Don't ever speak on what walks beside you. Some truths don't forgive questions.
That night, she poured palm oil into the dirt and offered yam and blood to Ajija, the wind god of secrecy. She chanted in tongues I never heard before and never wanted to hear again. After that, I stopped speaking of my shadow, but I never stopped seeing it. When I turned 12, I stopped dreaming of anything else. In my sleep, I wandered into houses I didn't recognize. I'd wake up with sand in my fingernails or someone else's bracelet in my hand. Once, I woke up on top of the shrine, the one no one was allowed to touch. My mother found me there, weeping. She didn't ask what happened. She just said,
You've become a gateway.
She took me to the chief priestess, an old woman with smoked glass eyes who smelled of burning things and bitter cola. The woman waved cowries over me. Then she stopped. Her hands trembled.
She's being claimed. One of the gods wants her, or something older.
Which one?
My mother asked. The woman looked at my shadow. He was waving at her. She screamed. That's when the deaths began. Children disappeared. Chickens rotted overnight. A man who once pinched my waist at the market fell to the ground foaming. His wife swore she saw a dark figure standing behind him, one without feet. The villagers avoided me. No weddings, no yam festival, not even the market. And honestly, I didn't mind. Because by then, I started hearing her. Not in words, in feelings. Hunger, jealousy, rage. She would tug my limbs while I bathed. She would laugh when I cried. She began to speak in my voice. One day, I stood in front of the mirror and asked my reflection to raise its hand. It didn't. It smiled. I confronted my mother. I asked her what I was. Why me? Why this shadow? Why now? She broke down.
You had a twin, 2 girls. The gods warned us. They said only one could stay, or sorrow would flood the land. I chose you, but I couldn't bear to let your sister's soul wander without a home. I begged them, Ajija, Aguera, even Irumole Aiku, to let her follow you.
So you gave her to me?
I thought she would protect you, but now, maybe she wants what you have.
That night, I ran. No slippers, no food. I just kept moving until I collapsed under a different sky. I woke to singing. Voices, sweet, strong. But they weren't calling gods. They were calling Jesus. I sat at the edge of the gathering, trying to disappear. But one girl saw me. She came, sat beside me, held my hand like she wasn't afraid.
You look hunted. I am. And the thing hunting me is wearing my face. She nodded like she already knew. Then stay. This is where we fight for girls like you. I stayed in that village for weeks. The women brought food. A man gave me shoes. And the girl, her name was Amaka, sat with me every day. She didn't ask about the shadow. She just handed me a Bible and pointed. She showed me stories. The madman in the tombs, Mary Magdalene, Saul the murderer turned Paul the preacher, even Jesus. rejected by his own town. So, if you go back home, don't expect a welcome. I'm not going for a welcome. I'm going to shut the door they opened. They taught me how to pray, not chants, not sacrifices, but conversations. They told me Jesus didn't want goats or blood. He wanted a heart willing to be rebuilt. When I learned he had seen me, seen my shadows, my madness, my sin, and still wanted me, I cried for hours. That's when I knew I had to return, not to prove anything, but because even Irawa Oke needed to witness what light can do. I came home different. But evil knew me. The air was thick, the trees too still. My mother stood in the doorway in her old red wrapper, the one she wore during sacrifices.
So it is true, you've let strangers rewrite your spirit.
I found truth, I replied, and it set me free. She laughed, that sharp, wicked kind of laugh that makes your knees weak.
You broke the covenant.
I saved myself. She stepped closer. That's when I saw them, two shadows behind her, but this time, one of them was mine.
She came to me, the forgotten one. She still wanted to live. I said yes.
You gave her my life again.
No, I gave her mine.
She raised a gourd covered in black rope. She began to chant. The wind shifted. The air turned sour, like burnt hair and rust. My ears rang. My knees buckled. The cold returned, the twin cold. The second shadow grew fast. It moved like a snake wrapped in smoke. It rose over me, began crawling back under my skin. I couldn't speak until something deep, deeper than my blood, rose up. I remembered the name, not hers, his. Jesus. The wind stopped. The shadow screamed. My mother dropped the gourd, and it shattered. The bracelet caught fire. The second shadow tried to run, but the light was already here. It chased her down. It seared every dark corner. My mother collapsed. The house fell silent. For the first time in my life, it was quiet. My mother lay breathing, not speaking, not weeping, just still. I walked out. I didn't look back. They thought they gave me to darkness, but light found me first. And now, I walk with no fear, because even the ghost of my shadow knows his name.
If this story gave you chills or made you feel something, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more African folktales. What do you think truly happened to Abeni's twin soul? Comment your thoughts below. I'm reading them all.